Action, obviously, you're not going to be able to fight for prio, but Grasp Ornn still should be completely okay here. And your mid to late game team fighting looking quite strong here for HANWHA, but getting there is a big problem.
Yeah. Can they get there? I think they're taking a big risk, especially against such a lane-dominant team that T1 is. But as you mentioned, if they can get there, I really love the Ornn addition to what they already have, because before that, it's kind of like, okay, you got to rely on the Wukong. Other than that, you're kind of just running at them, and the Taliyah can deal with that very nicely. But with the long-range hard engage from the Ornn, you definitely add a new layer that will be difficult for T1 to deal with. Can they get this?
Anything else I was going to say, but okay, I see where I stand. Very unfortunate.
You already know.
It's such a good opportunity as well, because Gumayushi is literally throwing chainsaws.
I don't think those are chainsaws. I think those are axes.
Isn't on this skin, isn't he throwing chainsaws?
Maybe. I'd have to
Talking
get
about the
look at
specific skin.
Maybe, yeah. I think there is one that is chainsaw. We should get a look at the runes here in... Yeah, those are chainsaws. Okay, I've just blocked out Chainsaw Man so partially that I didn't even notice that the Drafen was a chainsaw skin. Weird. Yeah. There are the runes, by the way.
Weird how that works, as we do see the standard Yuumi setup here for life, so not gonna take a book out of Kalin's page. Also note Guma going for Doran's Blade here, so if you're fighting to the death, that's the item you go for. And as expected, Viper and Life are going to take it very easy going. And yeah, going to get hit and not have the best of it.
With a couple of Demolish procs, from what I could tell.
Maybe he was just showing us that Kingen got the wave.
A plate was, in fact, collected. Maybe he wanted to show us that.
Nice.
Nice. As you said, this is very different from Game 1, where T1 won top and bot very quickly. T1, they had a lane lead, but the wave wasn't in a great spot. They decided to back. Viper kind of froze it, and they have caught up in the bottom side.
Owner is really just continuously keeping his bot lane safe here.
Oh, over the wall goes Clint once again. A really nice maneuver. Owner is getting pretty low, but the CC chain is huge into Clint. He is not able to do much at all after that, but Zeka and Viper get over the wall where Owner tried to escape to, and that will be a trade of kills.
Bit disjointed there. If Clint is a second slower, then they...
So Taliyah will be in the top lane for now. Decent little push for the bottom side, a little bit of pressure relief for Viper and Life.
Ooh, Guma not able to finish his Mythic just yet, as Mandate is indeed going to be a big spike. As Sage just walks up.
Zeka in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to get 100-0 potentially. He cannot get out. He is going to flash, but still goes down as Owner just going to clap him on his way out. Very nice mechanical play from Owner, but Keria was the one who picked up the kill, funnily enough, and they are going to pick up the second Rifter.
One of the reasons why trying to play Akali into champions like Vi, into champions like the Maokai as well, we've seen this be quite an issue. If you don't have point-and-click CC, Akali is monstrously slippery. But in situations like this, especially with Taliyah, as soon as you hit the ultimate, she's dead.
Yeah.
You're going to get 100-0. Not able to make it out here, unfortunately, as another Herald gets picked up. T1 is going to give this Drake, but with the soul as it is, I think trying to make sure that you get the outers a lot bigger. And all that this match is now just leading up to is
too much credit. Like, maybe just the timing was off and he went in early. He's like, oh, crap, well. Okay, you guys can go now.
I'm firmly in the camp of, that was a setup play, because the moment he walked back as King, and this is a big Ornn.
He is very far forward, though. Can they burst down the Ornn? Right now is the question. That is a big Renekton as well. Gets in that back line as King is incredibly low. Still alive, though, after all of this. And Zeus gets burst down pretty heavily by Viper. A massive knock-up here in the front onto Clip, but he will not go down as Faker nearly gets taken out himself. How are Life actually able to pick up the scraps of that fight?
Little worried that cost the Cursed King in there, but he pulls it together at the end, able to find a nice re-engage there. Crocodile does end up going down, and HANWHA Life already showcasing some of the team fighting power that they will have with this composition, right? The AoE CC between Yuumi, Kingen, or Ornn rather, and Wukong, incredibly strong, getting a lot of space for both Zeka and Viper to pop off, but for my intention.
Well, we have an Ocean Drake here, and
Kingen is backing.
He is backing.
Does a TP? Should be the Drake going over to 2-1, but the subsequent fight is going to be big.
Okay, they're actually going to commit to this one as the Unravel Earth is on the ground, and that will be stolen by Clid, who does pick that one up, and now Owner is in the pit alongside of Faker. They don't have a way to get out of here as Zeus is trying to zone for them, but the Ornn is just soaking so much damage, and the turn is massive from the side of HANWHA Esports. No collect for the side of Guma either, and Faker will be forced to flash out of this. HANWHA Esports find the angle. T1 commit heavily onto that Drake.
Really big moment there, and they don't even end up getting the Drake. Now, with the jungler and top laner dead, HANWHA might be heading towards the Baron. I do think that this is somewhat of a risk. Faker can do a lot of damage in these enclosed areas. Guma is also still full of, I think they should back off here. They already got a pretty cash-in professional play as ever has been with Draven. Like, what's the peak?
For some reason in my mind, it's somewhere in the 1300s.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like I was like watching an LCK match or
Yuumi.
time. Yeah, Yuumi in a little bit of trouble. Faker, though, no flash. He does have his stopwatch, but no follow-up here. He is alone. Over this wall, you see Owner and Keria just kind of looking at him, trying their best, but they could not commit to that alone.
And HANWHA keeps slowing down the game. Gold lead is still technically in favor of T1, but with the amount of ornaments that already are starting to come through now, things not going to be too important. His only soul point.
This feels a little bit slow for T1 to get on top of this one, especially the TPs available. Yeah, they're just going to have to pull off of it. So no risk taken. As I say that, they are looking to actually engage. King just throws them the thumbs up. He's like, yeah, cool story, bro. Like I care. As maybe the first Ornn I've seen, and Zeus is totally out of position, gonna get dunked in mid lane. Just like that. HANWHA Esports have an advantage in this game.
And they had been building towards one for quite a while. Ornn items, of course, not showing up immediately as Kingen just keeps handing him out. As T1 just starts a Baron again.
There's a ward in that pick, guys.
Couple of ultimates being used. Teleport does get invested here. Maybe they want to peel off as a result.
It's an official T1 Baron. A lot of damage will come through, but here comes a massive knock-up. The three of them just sitting against the wall. Owner will take the Baron down, but the rest of the team goes down, and no cash-in will come through for Guma. A triple kill for Viper, who is now 5-0 in this game.
And with that, I think we might be going towards a free gamer here, Valdez. Overall, the early game from T1 just not looking explosive enough. HANWHA biding our time, finding good individual plays. And now, T1 in deep trouble.
Yeah, the damage that's coming out of Viper right now is just insane. As the flash comes in, you see Zeus is desperate to try to take out the Lucian, and he will actually, but immediately he gets taken out, and Owner is trying desperately, will take out the clone, but that's a double kill for Clid. At least a massive shutdown goes to Zeus, but massive is only relative to the lead and the control that HANWHA play.
Ornn, yeah. It's a throwback, but oh, this is how DRX was able to get a couple of wins last spring as well. That faith and Kingen on his Ornn. Well, all or nothing, T1.
Oh boy, look at that ward. T1 are so indexed into this. Here comes the engage. The stun, though, this time onto Kingen is good, and Zeka is being zoned away, but Zeus kind of just goes in alone. And, yeah, he's got Owner with him. That's going to be the free kill onto him, as Zeka is getting low, but not low enough. Is going to take out the Draven. And now Keria is left to the Akali. Eventually, should be able to take down Faker.
Look at the damage that Faker isn't doing to this Ornn.
Yeah. It's also the return of the warrior, assassin, mage, warlock. That is Ornn, doing more to Faker than Faker could do to him.
But to be fair,
0-0-12.
T1 knew this was coming, right? Like with the build that they went for, you knew that eventually this Ornn was going to be an insurmountable GOAT. And Kingen and the gang now, HANWHA knocking on the base. I don't know if they get the Nexus here, but this game should be well and truly over Veldes, and we're going to a game 3. HANWHA Life clearly showing signs of life. I'm sorry, I can't end that sentence any other way. I didn't want to, but
The unavoidable pun. The worst kind.
I didn't want to, but no anywhere else to go.
Yeah.
It's the only inevitable outcome.
Found yourself stuck between the rock and the hard place. That is the LCK.
Watch, just look at King. It's like Guma and carry out.
I was looking at Viper just laugh at the
Renekton
engage of Renekton Vi. He's like, yeah, cool story, bros. I don't care.
Yeah, he does, and he does have 2 bodyguards and a Yumi, so doesn't really have to mind that at all. Oh no.
Here we go.
Come on.
No way, surely. He has no vision!
Oh, they won't. No, it's not happening.
Yeah, he's like, oh, well. Now I'm just gonna awkwardly back.
Hey, you gotta look for that play.
Unlucky.
That's the one line that might get you the win.
Yeah.
You back up to, you know, a reasonable amount of stacks, but it's not gonna matter this game.
Yeah. We'll see if he can get a cash out before the game ends. Don't see it happening, though. This one. As you see, Zeka's just looking for the angle. He's just lurking with his trusty cat on a book on his back. As there is the Ornhorn engaged once again. This time will hit nothing. King really needs his flash to really pop off with that one. As Zeus last stand here. They do try to 100-0 Zeka, but he does have a stopwatch, which is enough. Maybe his done is at this point. HLE Esports going to put an end to this game number 2. And we do have, once again, a 3rd game in a T1 series. HLE Esports showing that they can stand up to this team. Very nice stuff. As they're able to scale their way to the victory.
Wonderful game here from HANWHA Live Esports. And I think the first time that we're really starting to see what this team will look like as we get further and further into the season.